Welcome to the third day of the 21-day data challenge by Lighthouse Labs. Fair warning, this video contains a solution to the challenge for today, so please attempt the problem before continuing on. Reference this video if you get stuck or you want to see an alternative way of tackling the problem. While participating, remember to have fun, build great habits, learn new things, and challenge yourself. Now on to the day 3 challenge. So in today's challenges, we are being told about lists, dictionaries, and the indexing as part of it. If we scroll down, the other day we were assigning a lease. Yesterday we were comparing city prices versus country prices, and today we are creating a painting supply list. Scrolling down here and taking a look at the challenge, we can see that there's an old blueprint from the previous owners who were midway through renovating, and we can see that Dot has a few preferences. Dot prefers maple over oak wood, and they want to paint all the rooms blue except for the kitchen, which they want to paint white. There's a shopping list with a bunch of items that Dot needs to purchase to complete these renovations, but there are modifications to the shopping list. So instead of oak right here, we would see maple, and they want all the rooms to be blue except for the kitchen, which they want to be white. So I imagine that 2 of these would be changed to blue to accommodate that. Now I've painted rooms before, and I know that one can doesn't necessarily mean one room. There's a little bit of assumption here. Going through this, it says that we should use a Python pop, insert and append to change the shopping list above so it reflects the right materials, and it should order the woods first and then the paint types. With that challenge understood, we're going to go down here, we're going to click on the hint, and it seems like we're going to be using the Python list indexing ability to answer our question. So now let's take a look at the possible answers, and we can see here that's pretty much all we're doing. What we need is to create a paint list from the new shopping list using the built-in Python list indexing ability. Let's go ahead and create this new shopping list, and we'll set it equal to the current shopping list, and we'll run that. And once again, it says shopping list is not defined. That's because we're running them in an inappropriate order here. An easy way to solve this, like yesterday, is just to click on run program, start and run all cells, and there we go. Now we have this new variable, new shopping list that contains everything here. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and pop off the items that are incorrect and then append in all the new items. So take a look up here quickly. We have the option of appending, inserting, and popping. Here's the thing though, we're going to be replacing the first 3 items, and we're going to be replacing 2 of the last 3 items here. I don't know what sets allocate to which room. Maybe it doesn't matter because it's just a shopping list. This is what we need to buy, but we also need to think about what we're trying to achieve here. All we need is a paint list, and since we know that the last 3 are going to be paints, that's pretty much all we need. So it really doesn't matter what the new shopping list is or what it contains. All we need are the last 3 values of the shopping list. And since we know that the list is a total of 6 items long, we can already start to formulate our answer for this question. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that, and let's take a look at the answers right here. So what's common between all of them is that they are going to create a new variable called paint list, and they're going to set it equal to the new shopping list that we were supposed to create, and then we're going to reference various indexes. Now I think the key to understand here is that lists start at 0. In this example on line number 1 right here, this 20 times oak plant is a 0 index. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what we want is we want to ignore the first 3, so 0, 1, 2, and then start at 3. In here we can fill that in with 3, and we have to tell it how far to go. What you can do is you can actually say 0, 1, 2, 3, let's start at 3, and let's go to the beginning of 6. 6 doesn't exist here, but that's fine. We're asking it to go to the beginning of 6, which is effectively right here. So what we can type in is 3:6, and that could be a valid answer. But if we take a look down here, that is not an answer. One of the shortcuts of Python is that if you're just going to the very end of the list, you can just omit the last number altogether, 3 colon. And that we see as a possible solution right here. So if I click on this and I submit it, then that would get us the successful result. But I do want to spend a little bit of time constructing this new shopping list just so you know how you could have tackled it otherwise. But I want to let you know that it's absolutely not necessary to go through that effort as long as you understand what the objective is of the question itself. Let's go ahead and modify these lines here. We have a new shopping list, and the new shopping list, I'm going to pop off the item in the first index. And now if I print out the new shopping list, you can see that there's only 2 pieces of wood and 3 paint. Now I want to insert something into that initial spot, and I'll do that by using the method insert, and we'll insert into the first index, so 0, because lists start at 0, and we'll add in 20 times maple plank and run that, and let's go ahead and print that out. And so there you go, I've replaced the first item, and I'm going to go ahead and just quickly do it for all the items. And there we have it. I used the pop commands and I used the insert commands to replace a bunch of the items in the list to reflect the preferences of Dot. Now, if you go through this, you can see that I used a total of a lot of lines, so 18, and that was just to modify 5 items on the list. Given I was printing out the list every single time just to verify that I had modified the correct item, but what we need to recognize here is that I could have just constructed a brand new list and typed everything out. That would have been quicker, that would have been faster, it would have been more concise, but I just want to make you aware that if I was given this task and if I had to modify this list in that way, I would have just typed everything out. But knowing what the objective is of the challenge is important. That way it saves you this time. I still think it's worth it to go through this exercise just so that you get familiar with the methods pop, append, insert. With that effort all behind us, let's go ahead and submit this answer, and there we have it. We completed it. I hope you got some value out of this day 3 video of the 21-day data challenge by Lighthouse Labs. I'll be back tomorrow with another video covering the day 4 challenge. See you then.